All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Deconversion Stories. And today we have this wonderful guest. Her name is EvApostate. And like us, me and Mike, she's also a musician. She does dance. She does all kinds of cool stuff. I do have links in the description. Description? What the heck is that?
The restriction box.
The description box below. There's lots of links you can go to, and on her YouTube channel, you can find other links that involve all the dancing and music and stuff like that. So definitely check out those links. And welcome to the show, Eva.
Hey, thank you. I'd like to add I'm also a published author and wrote a book that's
true. That's linked too.
Yep.
The Amazon book link is down there as well.
Really relevant to our discussion as well. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, before we get into the whole just telling your story, why don't you tell us a bit about that book and what people can expect when they check it out?
The title is Finally Free: My Exodus from the yes, my exodus from the covert, malignant, narcissist sociopaths, and it is about my experience. And I'm looking to create a community. I'm looking to do a call-in show on YouTube where people can talk about this for three specific types of, hey there, Wes, hey, yo, for three types, people who would like to avoid toxic entanglements and need a safe space to talk about it and learn about it and learn the dialogue and learn the terminology and learn these patterns and how these people behave and what they do, the kind of destruction that they wreak on other people, for people who are stuck in toxic entanglements and they need a way, they don't know how to get out, they're stuck, they're afraid, they need help, they need to talk to people, and they need to not hear tone deaf stuff like other people saying, well, I would never let that happen to me. And then people who are out of those toxic entanglements and they just need a safe space where they can offer their wisdom and offer their experience and be able to talk to other people who know and understand these things.
That's
right.
The one thing a narcissist hates is when all of their underlings start talking to each other and finding out the lies and the tactics.
Indeed. Yeah. So in the book, I lay out, I talk about my experience. It started with my parents. They basically primed me to be a beautiful target for any other such individual. And then I talk about, I have one of the chapters toward the end is 16 facts about the covert, malignant, narcissist sociopath. And it's not all of the facts, but I link up my experience with each of these facts. And I made a mini podcast of videos based on that from the book, which is also in my YouTube channel. So I invite people to interact with me, ask questions, hit me up for conversation.
Awesome.
I just might do that.
People will definitely do that. It's important to have that kind of community. And I know that there are other folks out there doing this kind of thing. Like technically my after parties are about that, where we get together with other folks and we build that community even bigger and bigger. And I've started out on my own, but Mikey here joined me after some time and became like one of my best friends and one of the people that we do this together now with, which is build a community. And that's sort of what the after party is about, which you'll see tonight. And you'll be able to hang out with some more crazy ass motherfuckers just like we are. So there, I saved the swearing till after the first minute or so.
There you go. If I may add one thing.
Yes, you may. Sure.
One of the aspects about this too that I want to expand upon with the book is beyond the deconversion and beyond the relationship with the damages of religion and all that stuff, and beyond all that is that another aspect of this is to help people to be more engaged with language and the narrative, and to recognize what my term is recognize situational narcissism, because in people's professional lives, right, far too many people really hate their jobs and they're toxic places, but a lot of it is due to the fact that there's all this toxicity that's being thrown around in their workspace. So I'd like to be able to get it to a point where I'm contributing in a way, and the group is working in a way where people are starting to change, where the work environment is no longer a toxic, but it's actually a place where it can be a source of well-being.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That too.
I'm lucky. It's like that where I work. So they're pretty good people for the most part. Considering they're a corporation, they're actually pretty decent for a corporation. They treat us well. So that's, but that's Canada. So I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you.
I work from home with
check
a
if I'm-
2-year-old, so I'm just as toxic as the normal workplace. But she is, man.
Dude, she's adorable. Don't even.
Oh my god, that's
In
hilarious.
the morning.
Well,
she wanted to
if
go
your
to bed.
people are hiring, yeah, she wanted to do what?
She was up until 5:30 in the
Oh,
morning.
good God. Dear God. How? How is that even?
She
oh,
woke
dear
up at
God.
1 and then proceeded to scream at me and my wife until 5:30 in the morning
Oh, you
for
pulled that.
no reason.
Oh, wow.
We literally
Wow.
tried to appease the toddler and it didn't work. She just wanted to yell.
Oh, good
Toxic.
gracious.
I'm going straight to HR in the morning. I've had enough, and if I don't report it, then it's just going to continue. So I'm calling Nana. I'm calling Nana this evening, and I'm going to be like, Nana, I'd like to put in a report. Your employee down here is misbehaving. She claims to be middle management. I haven't seen any identification.
That's it.
Toddler's
You
gonna
need
toddle.
the EEOC. That's it. You need the
Toddler's
EEOC to come in for
Yeah.
toddler
Or the-
management.
The triple B, something. The Better Business Bureau. Like, this can't be legal what she does to us.
She claims to be management. You haven't seen any verification. I love it.
She just tells me no all the time.
Ooh, yes.
I'm like, do I work for you?
Yeah. Apparently you do.
Apparently, my sleep says I do. I had to take a nap before the show because I was so tired from last night. So, anyway,
Yeah.
I'm excited to read your book now, and I
Well,
know
thank you.
everyone in the audience is going to buy 10 copies.
Yeah.
10.
Thank
Put them
you
in those
so
little
much.
nook book things that you see all over the roads now, where people have those little libraries. You put books in, you borrow them, put some, and just do that. I've already done that multiple times with a lot of the books I used to have that I don't need anymore. So I put them in the book. And I don't even take books
Fantastic.
out because I have enough fucking books. So anyway, let's get on to the topic at hand, which is all about deconversion and deconstruction. So what we generally do is we ask you to sort of take us on your journey. And if we have any questions, we'll probably very rudely interrupt you and say, what the hell do you mean by that? Or something along those lines. So why don't you take it away and we will listen, and so will the lovely audience that we have. What is going on over there?
The 2-year-old is at work, isn't she?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Your
I can't-
manager showed up.
I had to look busy. She doesn't know I live stream.
You're playing fucking games again, aren't you?
Huh?
That's
Nothing.
it. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. You had to pretend like you were busy doing her work. There you go.
I literally tried to plug my phone in and like everything fell off the desk. I was like, God, I just wanted to do something quiet. I don't even know where it is now. I dropped it.
Well,
All right, I gotta get down here.
okay. You get
So
down
Todd
there,
says
Mikey.
Never.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. You can never have it. I don't have any more bookshelf space. That's the problem.
What if we just built our house out of books?
There you go.
That's a thought, but then you could never read them.
I mean, you just have to only read one at a time, and you'd have to put it back when you were done, which is okay. That's dangerous. Yeah, I'd never do that. Books
It
do
could
not
be a
make it.
little.
Don't
Books
take
do not
that one.
make it-
It's part of the foundation.
That's
be
a
a
key book.
Yeah, that's a support strut book. You should really leave that one alone.
That's a load-bearing magazine. You better.
It's
a
a load
load-bearing.
bearing. It's a load bearing book. You should really not touch that one.
I have a question
Anyway.
before
Yeah.
we even get started, which is, what flavor of belief did you participate in?
Well, that's part of the answer is that it changed. So
Oh,
Multi-flavor.
yeah, it was a multi-flavor.
that's like me
It was
too. I had a bunch of
Yes.
evolving sort of belief systems. Carry on.
We are very similar in this way, Neil. So I'm going to say things that are a direct correlation for both
Going to
of us.
resonate with me.
They will resonate. Yes, I mean you were resonating with me when you were talking about them, so I made notes. So
Wow,
yeah,
I was useful.
you're always useful, Neil.
You did it.
You're a super,
Woohoo!
super dude. You're a super dude. Um,
Aw, I'm gonna blush now.
yeah, well, you deserve credit.
Am I
I,
this color yet?
It's getting
you're
there.
close. You're close. It's good. It's
You got the
nice.
right attitude to get there.
It's
It
my favorite
becomes
little
you.
droid right there.
It's
Little
very
Lego
cute,
droid.
Neil. I like it. I like it.
But yes,
So I was okay. So all right. So I'll just start from. I'll start. So my mother. Okay. From my mother's side, I'm Jewish through my mother's side. Right. So I enjoy my cultural Jewishness to the degree that I like it,
Mhm.
but I'm not religious. Okay. Well, my mom decided that she converted away from Judaism,
Mhm.
and that wasn't super greatly appreciated. One thing I'd like to just throw in here, just a little tidbit of a detail that I write about in the book. My mother's family were Gottlieb, and that group of people, that sect of people, section of Gottliebs. My great grandmother came from Bialystok, which was Poland, or may still be, or the border's moving constantly. So she
Hmm.
escaped from Bialystok with her 5 sons. The Gottliebs, pardon me, the Gottliebs who remained all died in the camps. And most of them were in Bergen-Belsen, although one of my great uncles actually did pass through Auschwitz. And when I was very little, he showed me a tattoo on his arm, which I didn't know what it meant. I knew later what it was.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that happened. I don't know anything about my great grandfather. I only know a little bit name about my great grandmother, and that's it. So I don't know what happened to him. But she got out with the 5 boys, my great uncles. Okay. So my mother converted, and she um, was almost immediately obsessive. And I don't know a lot about what she was doing. I mean, I know from my experience of her, so I can only extrapolate backward, to when I was
Okay.
really little, right? Like I don't know what she was doing when I was really little, so I'm just
Right.
extrapolating backward. But as I knew her in my level of, as my awareness grew, as I grew, she was incredibly obsessive. So her leaving Judaism went, like, she swung to an obsessive level of searching. And my best analysis for why she did these things is that she really felt lost. And
Right.
she was just desperate for something to connect to, something that gave her meaning. And
Sure.
because she didn't really feel like she had a meaning of her own.
Right.
So she dragged me to Jehovah's Witnesses at one point,
Oh boy.
and yeah, and she promptly abandoned me to a room of children. I don't know where the hell she went. I don't know where she was or what the fuck she was doing.
Good
Um,
luck.
and that's really what it was. And during that time with these children, there's a lot of abuse that happens in these cults. It's really,
Oh,
really brutal. Yeah. So I remember that at one point I had like entered in this room of these children, like all these children, and there was no supervision, like no adults around, or there was some adult who didn't really care. And um, this boy had this horrendous burn on his arm, like it was just a hideous thing, like, and I was like, oh my God, what happened to you? And he said, oh well, and I burned my hand on the stove, and then the lady yelled at me for being a stupid idiot for burning. And I said, where are your no band-aid? Oh no, she said I'm not treating you because I'm stupid because I burned myself. I'm like, what the
yeah.
fuck?
Nice mentality.
Just really like that. So I don't remember when she left there and took me out. I have no recollection of this. I think that what happened is the memories are so horrible that I blocked them out or something.
Could be. Yeah.
I think that I kind of like, there's a part of me that just blocked it out. Now, there are other things that are just as horrible that my parents did that I didn't block out. So I can't really explain why my brain did that or what that's about. but it seems like that happened because I don't remember when she took me out of there.
It's very possible that on some subconscious level, your brain knew what to keep and what to get rid of, because some of it may be overly damaging and some of it may be damaging enough that you need to remember it so that the overly damaging shit doesn't keep happening.
Maybe, although if and when you read my book, I'm just going to say, gird yourself.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
And I put in the forward that, I don't insist that anybody read the whole thing. If stuff is uncomfortable for you, or it's too triggering, or it's too much, it's okay. It's not about me. It's about you and what you can get from it. So don't read whatever you want and don't read what you don't want, and that's it. Leave it.
Right. Right.
Okay.
You're gonna be watching a parade and smell cotton candy. It's gonna trigger something that was pent up. You're like, no, not here, not here. Damn you, burn kid! Why do you haunt me to this day?
Yeah. Well, that's burned in my memory for sure.
Mhm.
So they did other things that were really abusive to the children in general. We were sort of thrown into, just thrown together in a room with no guidance or supervision. And then it's just a various. Okay. So then I was gone from there. And then at some point, how old was I? Ooh, uh, seventh grade, sixth. Oh, yeah. Okay. So
Like
seventh
13.
grade. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, 13-ish. So seventh grade. And then they put me in, I was in Catholic school. I was in Marymount, all
Sure.
girls. Yes. All girls Catholic school. And there were a whole lot of different things happening in the Catholic school structure, the political structure, the hierarchical structure, the interpersonal structure, the students, how they treated each other, the class structure. There's all this crap that was going on. So I was one of the poor kids, and there were a lot of rich children in this school, and they
As there
decided
usually
that
are.
they decided that I was going to be their personal punching bag all the time. And that was really horrible and really hard, and I was lonely. And I would try to go home and get help from my parents, and they would just shame me and tell me I was a stupid for not having friends and I was a loser and all that. So they didn't help at all, and they also didn't go to the school and try to stop the bullying. So
Mm.
so I write about that in the book too. That there was pretty severe bullying when I was in school, and my parents did nothing because they were busy brutalizing me. So I needed a connection, and so for a time while I was in Catholic school, I thought I was going to become a nun, which is really funny because I'm as far away from a nun, I think, as anybody might possibly be. So, I mean,
Me too.
yeah. So, but
I
for a
just
while,
never got
and
in
so
the
I
habit.
never got in the habit. There you go.
Yeah,
See, and
yeah,
and I almost got in the habit. But
I'll show
I was
myself out.
mocked. Yeah, you'll show yourself this. Yes, there you go. So I was mocked. I was mocked quite viciously for that because now I was further, separated from the normal girls, the rich girls, the clique, the whatever.
True.
So that was really tough. That was really tough. I didn't really believe the Catholic stuff, but I didn't. It wasn't really about all the doctrine necessarily. It was just about the thing of belonging. And I think that that's true across religions. This is one of the ways that people get trapped is the normal, very totally normal need to belong. But then it's like that's the only option. That's the only option presented is you have to be in our crazy cult in order to feel like you belong, you know. So, okay, so then I wasn't in Catholic school any longer, but my mother was dragging me to Baptist church because she went from the Jehovah Witnesses to crazy Pentecostal Baptist church, and she was speaking in tongues, which was incredibly embarrassing. I don't know what the hell what that was. Yeah.
Some
Um,
weird shit is what that is.
it's some weird shit. So she was speaking in tongues, and she was dragging me to Baptist church, and that meant that was every Sunday. we were living on the Upper West Side, and she would drag me for people who know Manhattan, she would drag me to Calgary Baptist Church on 57th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue. It's like near there. And so I was really being indoctrinated with that, and that meant that we were going to have adult baptisms, and you were going to be born again, and so she was a born again, and she was all this stuff, right? And so she was really doing a lot of indoctrinating of me and pushing this sort of, punishment, like inflicting punishment, and I should want like I deserve punishment because I'm a born sinner, and we're born sinners, and all this stuff. So she was doing
suffer culture.
Suffer culture, absolutely fully suffer culture. So she would do stuff like, "Who do you think you are?" to me, like, right, and do that stuff. Like I wasn't humble. I didn't humble myself. And my parents were musicians, as I am, and they were very talented people, but they were very, very sick, and so she was like doing they had an album on Columbia, and then everything had to be Christian, and she had to have a cross on the cover artwork, and she wouldn't like wear makeup, and she wouldn't do. Oh my God! And I remember watching this as a child, going, "I don't care if you want me to have blue head and rainbows in my eyes and stand on my head. I will do whatever it takes to get a contract with you. I don't care. I'm ready to sing. I'm ready to go out on stage in front of 50,000 people." My mother was like, "No, it has to be a heart shape, and you can't have a cigarette on the thing because that's a sin, and you can't have," and oh my God, it was just so bizarre, right? And so I'm watching this as a child, like completely flummoxed at the whole thing. Like, what are you doing?
That's a great word, flummoxed.
I was truly, yeah. But at the same time, I wasn't out of it. I was still in it. I just didn't know I was still in it, right? Because I didn't have any other access. There weren't other people around. She was just dominating that. So all this was mished up in this crazy mish of madness, and then the thing was, because they were so brutally abusive, and my father sexually assaulted me, and my mother knew it, and she condoned it, and she never defended me. Yeah, so he was really brutal. I mean, I went to school, I was black and blue from head to toe, bruised so badly I couldn't sit. It hurt to sit on the chair. I needed to ask for help from the nurse. I finally broke down one day. I was so distraught. I was so fucked up. I was like, "Please, you got to help me, but you can't tell anybody. If you can't get me out of this, you can't tell anyone, because if you tell somebody, social services will come and he'll beat me worse. So you cannot tell anybody," right? So she's like, I promise, I won't tell anybody. And then as soon as I left the room, after I told her the whole, of course, right? So by the time I got home, he was waiting for me, like waiting with a 2x4, So like the one
Fucking
time
what?
I said, yes, he beat me with a 2x4 over his legs. And then after I had peed myself, he picked me up and hugged me and said that this was because he loved me.
Oh yeah.
So
Certainly.
yeah. So yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. So the one time I begged my mother for help, I managed to screw the courage up. And honestly, I don't know how I did it. But like he wasn't in the apartment at the time. That was one thing. Like if he was around, there was no way I was going to get to ever speak with her alone and maybe get some help. So he wasn't in the apartment, and so I kind of waited like a spider. Like wait, like a spider, right? I'm standing waiting by the bathroom, and she comes out. And I'm like, and I try to tell her what happened the night prior, which is that he had come into my room. He was drunk, and then he assaulted me, and he was kissing my breast. I mean, it was just so disgusting, so beyond, right? And she looks at me and she goes, huh, "Don't talk about your father like that." So I was like, "Oh, okay.
God.
I get it. Right. I get it.
You're not going to help me."
Gotcha.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. In case there was any question.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Excellent, Stephanie. Yes. I've never seen love expressed with dimension. Exactly. So, right. So this was all happening within the context of her religious obsession that was all the time. So then, like, my father was fighting with my mother about the religious obsession because he's a lapsed Catholic and he came from a Roman Catholic family, and she came from a Jewish family, but now she's a fucking psycho, tongue speaking, whatever thing. right? So they're fighting about that. And then they have all this weird, like weird sexual behavior that they're doing around me. It's totally inappropriate. And then they're brutalizing me and beating me, and he's assaulting me. I mean, fuck this shit. So home was completely hostile war zone. There was no home, right? Home was a place of terror, and so like I've never had a safe day in my life, truthfully. So I finally had to escape from them. So I finally escaped from them. And it took 2 attempts. So first I tried when I was 17, but by that time, my parents had decided, so as if this weren't all enough, they decided to have 2 more children.
Oh, great.
Right, right, right.
Really
And they
crushing
decide,
it with the previous children. Let me just go ahead and
yeah,
make it more complicated.
right. So a lot of this was due to my mother's obsessive religiosity that had to do with the fact that she can't have an abortion, that she can't use birth control, and oh my God. So, so something like they were fighting about whatever they were warring about. So whatever the like weird sexual misconduct that they were engaging in, and then there were drugs too, and she was like taking strychnine. I mean, it's endless. So okay, she just insists on having these 2 additional children, and they decide that I'm responsible for paying them back. I'm responsible now. I have to take care of these 2 children as a teenager. Right.
Having
So
been a teenager myself, I highly discourage people letting kids take care of kids.
Yeah.
We are not the best
there you go.
bastions of
No.
of a safe
Correct
and
judgment calls.
yeah, we're not good
No.
at that
No, we're
at that
not.
age.
But like, even so, I was a pretty like precocious mature, right? I was a very pretty well behaved. She's pretty well behaved, extremely. Okay. So, but I hated this, and I never wanted children, and I knew from a very young age that I never wanted children. And so now they forced these 2 children on me. But in addition to that, they moved upstate. So we were living in New York. We were living in Manhattan, where I had some tiny little bit of independence, where I could take the bus on my own, go to school on the bus on my own, do some things on my own with some considerable limitations. But as soon as they moved upstate, I was a total prisoner. So I couldn't drive. I wasn't allowed to drive. I didn't have access to a car, nothing. And yet I was expected to take care of these 2 children without exception, without prejudice, without any kind of objection at all. This was my job, and I owed them. And this, in my mother's words, I owed them. Okay, so now I'm like looking like a teenage mother, right? Because the whole town, if I'm out with these 2, the whole town thinks that I'm some stupid little dumb teenager, and I hate that. It's humiliating. Okay, so this was all happening, and there's so much more, and I won't go into it, but it was just absolutely horrific, fucking horror movie all the time. Well, so I'm 17, and I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't know where I'm going. What the fuck? Get the fuck away from you, psychos. So I, so they would like do this thing. So as I was growing up, that's another thing. As I was growing up, they would like sleep until 3 in the fucking afternoon. I would be unsupervised. They didn't arrange for me to socialize. They didn't arrange for me to play with other children. They would sleep until 3, and I was expected to shut the fuck up and not disturb them and let them sleep in peace, and then wait on them, their highnesses. Okay, their majesties. I had to wait on their majesties. Right. So by the time, so they would sleep until like fucking 3 in the afternoon. So when I was 17, my escape plan was out in the boondocks. Okay, we're like out in Bloomingburg, New York. If anybody knows New York, it's Bloomingburg, New York. Okay, it's boondocks. You have to have a car. It's a dirt road. It's a dirt road out to another dirt road. Okay, so we're in this house. Okay, and I get up at like, I don't know, fucking 4 something, right? And I'm silent as a mouse. And I don't even have any. I don't think I had anything with me. I put some clothes on and I snuck out of the house, and I walk. I get to the end of the dirt road, and I get to the end of the dirt road, and I stand there, and I'm looking around, And I say, where the hell are you going? Who do you have to go to? Where could you possibly? You have no money. You have nowhere to go to. Nobody. What are you going to do?
Hmm.
So I literally had to voluntarily turn my ass around and walk back into the house of hell. Voluntarily. I cannot begin to express to you how horribly painful it was to do that. I had to go back willingly into that place because I had nowhere to go. Okay. So fast forward, I finally figure out how to escape at 19 because they decided to move back to back further closer to New York
Haha.
to Westchester County, which is just like north of New York City, north of the Bronx. And at that point, I had like some other potential possibilities, people, something, right? So I was 19. So I escaped. I left. And then it was the guilt trip. Oh, your mother's been crying for 2 weeks and you have to come back and we promised to be better and please come back. And all the narcissistic sociopathic bullshit. We promise we'll change. Yeah, right. For the last fucking 20 years you didn't, right? For 19 years you didn't. But
With
now you
every
will.
finger crossed as they're saying that, right?
Right.
There you go. Exactly. So, okay. So I don't go back. But now I'm still in this position where I haven't divested of any of this shit that my mother put on me. Because my father didn't really, he just put all the brutal abuse and all that psychosis and sociopathy. But she was the one with
That's
all
more
the.
than enough, by the way. That's
More than
way
enough.
more than necessary and wanted too. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I was still in this space of I wasn't divested of any of this. It was all just there on me. And so, but I started to seek out other things. And I remember at one point that I was reading, I'd read these things, and there was one, I had a really big contention with the Bible. And so, like, I don't understand why the Bible has where half of the entire population are subservient to the other half, as in women subservient to men.
yeah.
And I really couldn't get with that. And I remember that at one point later on, I was working as a systems analyst for what was it, JP Morgan? Yeah, I was working as an analyst for JP Morgan, a programmer like it's yeah, and programmer. And I happened to voice this concern to a coworker, and I don't know how I knew that this person would actually be whatever, but somehow he conveyed. So I tell him this. I say, I can't really get with this stuff that the Bible is saying with it. And he said to me, and it was so important, he said, well, the Bible was written by a man. It's the most obvious thing, but it was so important because it was like, duh, ding, 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 ding.
Just smacking you with the bell at this point. Like,
Hello,
come on.
ding, 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 ding. So I was like, oh my God, thank you. That's perfect. And so from that point, I started to divest. However, what happened next was I kind of moved into paganism and I moved into being a white witch and I moved into that. And I wanted to throw something in here that I found interesting. The ritualistic nature of Catholicism.
Catholicism.
Eddie Izzard. I love Eddie Izzard. The state of Cathol, he says.
Yes.
Anyway. But the ritualistic, the deep, like the really sort of ornate ritualistic nature of Catholicism has a kind of a direct connection and correlation with paganist ritualism.
Well,
So
honestly, Eva, ritual has been with humankind since we've been humans. So
yes,
it'll evolve in different ways along different strings of people, right? So obviously, ritual is going to become part of any type of religious belief, or even our day to day. We have rituals that we do, but we don't really think of them as rituals. But
like those horrible rituals, like those people who clap at the end of movies at the theater. Like, what's up with them? What's wrong with
the bus driver when they get off the bus?
Hey, I do that. I'm not going to I'm that guy. I'm like, thank you for not driving me off a cliff. I appreciate you.
I would only contend that, yes, granted, on an overarching idea, we do have rituals no matter what. But I'm
Sure.
talking about the really sort of ornate ritualistic things of
Oh yeah,
Catholicism.
all
When you get into
the
the really stuff,
flashy, pompous,
all
and all
that,
that
right?
stuff.
So paganism has things that are, and then my reason for drawing that correlation is that that was kind of a way where it was appealing to me. That
Right.
same kind of thing, there was like
Sure.
there was a corollary appeal. So I was like that, right? So I was a practicing white witch for a while, and I was really, I felt like, oh yeah, no, this is like fact, this is true, and like this can verifiable, this is verifiable.
Can I throw
Yeah,
one more log on the
go.
fire there? That's probably why they stole it from the pagan religions and then tried to adopt it into
Yes,
their own stuff, because they were like,
100%.
well, no, you don't need no Saturnalia. Come over here, y'all. It's called what's this called? Christmas.
Christmas. It's called
Yeah, we're
Christmas.
Christmas now. Same day
Yep,
as your party down the street. We just
absolutely.
jealous people who couldn't
Familiarity
get
makes it easier to recruit them. So
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, and there's a book called The Mist.
they couldn't get a date to the dance, so they had their own dance down the street. Uh,
Yes, absolutely,
that only they're
absolutely.
invited to.
Well, and there's a book called The Mists of Avalon that really sort of lays this out in a really interesting way. I love the book. It's a
I read
great
that
book.
book
Great,
many years ago. I
great
read that
story.
book.
Loved it. Yeah, Marion Zimmer Bradley, if anybody's interested. It's a wonderful book. But they talk about this, and they talk about how the priests very directly took the old pagan practices, the Celtic traditions, and just appropriated them. So the whole thing about hey, it's winter, it's really dark, we hate this, we need lights and presents and banquets and food and beef and shit. We need all this, like now, because it's fucking winter, we hate it, and it's lasting forever. We need fucking lights. So that's why they had a tree and candles and, feasting and presents and music and dancing, because we hate winter. It's horrible, it's dark. So, the priest basically kind of went, oh, we'll take that. That's for our Jesus. Okay, good. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
The,
Not
the
even the
ear-
right time of year, though. Apparently, so
well, yeah. Yes, they did. They did that too. And so I was doing that, and I was a paganess, and I was a pagan, and right, I was a white witch, and I still have my tarot cards. I will admit this. I don't
I have
view
two
them.
decks. So,
Okay, I still have them. Okay, but it started to be this thing where it was like, well, on one hand, it seemed like it had meaning and truthfulness about it, because people would tell me, "Oh, you read for me, and that stuff happened, and it really happened." I was like, "Oh, okay."
oh
And
my
then,
God, it did it.
there's an
I
old
love your
expression that I
accent.
love. I love this old expression. You will continue to believe. Fuck! It just fell out of my head. You will continue to
too much
believe
pot, right? No, kidding.
That's me.
pure vagueness is meaningly purposeful for yourself. Or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. Something along those lines.
You will fall for cookie fortunes.
Yeah.
Is this what it says in there?
And I have a plot to sell you on Mars.
I
I
have a
can sell you
pot
this
to
bridge, man.
Yeah,
You see all these cars on this bridge? Imagine if you put up a tollway. Let me sell you the bridge.
imagine, just imagine all the people paying all the tolls. It's so good. Anyway, yeah.
You.
I use tarot cards for bookmarks. They work well.
I play my book of Joshua in defense mode.
Yeah.
Turn it sideways.
I attack with the Ace of Cups.
Yeah, Ace of Cups.
He does with the Ace of Cups. Yeah. No, well, the Ace of Swords is a better attack card. But anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah, sure.
So
Activated my
then, I was there for a while. I sought out other people to do spells for me, all that stuff, right? I looked for covens to be a part of, all that. But then it was kind of like, and I even have a really interesting story about one of the cards and the High Priestess from my deck, actually. When I went to Brazil, and I lived in Brazil for a while, I had gone to
Nice.
a candomblé. Yes, I speak Portuguese. I had gone to a candomblé ceremony, And I won't go into the details about that, but if anybody's interested, hit me up and we could do a thing. Anyway, but we've gone to and when I walked into the room where the ceremony was happening, on one wall, full, huge wall size, was the exact painting of the High Priestess from my deck, from my tarot deck.
Wow.
Yeah. So when
What
I
deck was
saw
it,
that,
by the way?
it's the Robin Wood. It's the Robin Wood Tarot. It was a beautiful deck. The illustrations are gorgeous. And the High Priestess, and there she was. And when I would read for people, okay, the card would come up. So, okay, so that I took meaning from that. Now I would just say, okay, yeah, it's a coincidence.
Coincidence.
Shit happens. Shit happens. Okay.
Yep.
There's only so many cards in there.
There's only so many cards. So then that kind of phased into a point. I was at this point in my life where that was sort of, it was just a quiet thing. I just kept it. It was sort of this thing about me that I just kept quiet. I didn't really tell people. And it was just like my thing. It's my secret.
Yeah.
And then I kind of was like moving into attaching to Hinduism. And so
It's fascinating
again,
shit, that's for sure.
it's very fascinating. And and so like all of these things, the common thread for all of these things is this thing about belonging. I know this. Okay. So needing to belong. So I was like moving into Hinduism, and then I was kind of really into that, and I was that. And then that just kind of faded as well, because again, none of the promises came true. So I was like, dude, you promised me, but it's not happening. And then I went and I hugged the hugging saint, Amma, and I spent time with Amma, and she put Viduti on my head, and she blessed me, and I have a mantra, and blah, 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 blah. And none of the promises fucking happened. No. So then it's like,
You know
okay,
why, Eva? You know why? Because you just
Yeah,
didn't believe
why?
enough.
I didn't
Yeah.
believe enough. I did not believe well enough. I didn't pray long enough. I
Fucking
didn't.
out
Yes.
for everything.
Have you tried giving more money?
Have I? No, I didn't try giving more money, but I did try to chant more. But that didn't work either.
Install a second throat for dual praying purposes.
That's it. I need
AM and a PM.
That's an A. That's it. Okay, so that happened, and then that wasn't working, and so that sort of faded as well. And then so the last stage of my giving it up, right? The last 11th out. What is it when you hold on by the last pinky, like ding 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 ding, and then
yeah, like
right?
in the cartoons,
That
or
one.
something. One of pulling one
the
finger and next
Yeah,
finger.
that's it. Yeah. So it's like,
You're like, no, not the last finger.
The two cats with Tweety Bird from back in the
yes,
day.
yes, that one, right? Ding ding ding. So I got the last one. I got a nail. It's like a nail, a hangnail, and that is metaphysicism and manifesting.
Oh God.
Indeed.
Oh boy.
I don't even know.
That one's always been a head scratcher for me. It's like, come
So,
on, people. Seriously.
I wasn't allowed to learn about that stuff. So what is that? So I just want something, and then like I put it on my vision board.
Yeah.
Charge up my moon crystals.
Yeah.
And then what's my next steps?
For 31 days straight, you have to do the most amazing, totally committed, emotionally committed meditation every single day, and you got to believe it, and you got to say it and tell everybody, and then you'll get what you want.
Yeah, I tried that once. I just got arrested.
Yeah, we had to bail him out. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. So I was doing that, and I am planning to do a revision on my book, because at the end of my book, I do talk a little bit about this, and that has changed.
This is bullshit now.
Yes. So it's not the bulk of the book. It's the end, and it's not the main focus, but it is something that I need to address, and I need to I'm self-editing myself, so I need to do that. But my book is still worthwhile anyway.
All the time, Eva. So all you need is version 2 updated in 2005 or whatever, right?
But for any person who wants to read it, the book is full of valuable things. That's just a part of it, so you can just ignore that part. It's fine.
Or second edition. That's what I meant to say. You know how they say.
Yeah, second edition.
You'll see that in your
Yeah.
science books. Second edition, third edition, fourth.
Yes.
Updated.
So
to
I
new
will
information.
Limited edition.
limited edition, and I will be doing that just as a comp to everybody. Okay. So basically, it is just that at the very end, the last pink was, dude, it doesn't work. Period.
Even if it sounds fun.
Even if it sounds fun. Wishful thinking in any form, in any version, in any translation, in any language, with any gods and any colors and any costumes, and no matter what it is, it doesn't work.
Correct. You actually have to
Ta-da!
go out and get what you want and make it happen. You have to actually be physically active doing it. You can't just sit there in a room going, "Oh, I need a Mercedes." No, you don't do that shit. It just ain't gonna fucking happen.
No, you can't manifest stuff into existence. You got to bust plate glass. You got to pick locks. You got to get those skimmer things on the pin pad.
Pick some locks. You do need to pick some locks and rob some banks. And yes,
I have a glass cutter.
Yeah, the little Catwoman stealth tool.
Yeah,
which goes like that on the glass, and the perfect circle glass comes out.
I kind of want a portable hole like you see in cartoons too, where you just throw the hole on something, you put your hands in there, and you pull out.
Oh, Neil, if you fell in there, we'd never get you out. We'd have to turn it upside down for just as much time as you were in there, which could be hours.
Pocket dimension.
I just have to sit in my chair and keep seeing myself in that Huracan Gullwing supercar.
Yeah.
And I have to keep seeing myself in it, and I got to see myself open that door and hear the door close, and hear myself and hear the engine and rum 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 rum, and see it all happening.
The Italian leather, I can
in my driveway. Yes, it will come. I just have to keep doing that, and it will come.
I feel like this is like one of those things, like where you get like the unintended consequences of like a genie wish, and then like you're just sitting in traffic. And then, like, a hurricane falls off of one of those cars, smashes the front of your car. What is it? Yeah.
You said my third wife was a portable hole.
That's Tons of Mice for you.
That is resident author Tons of Mice.
Holy shit, I'm going to cry.
I got bad news for you. He is not going to stop. And now that he's seen your weakness, he's not. You are vulnerable.
Yeah,
just so you know.
I haven't laughed this way for a week, so thank you. It's fabulous. Well, I love it.
I'm telling you, he sees your weak points now, and now he's going to target them.
I'm picturing him right now. Oh, good, I got it.
Yeah, he's cracking his knuckles.
You go ahead, you friend me on Facebook, and you just keep sending them, my friend, because they are welcomed. It's fabulous. Love it.
He's got a gift, a special gift.
I love it.
Making us laugh through live streams. Special talent.
It's great.
That's fucking funny.
I love it. It's so great. Yes.
I have a speaking of portable holes for the after party. I have a portable hole reference that we need to discuss in grander detail because it makes me uncomfortable about this reality that we all share.
Okay. All right.
It's deeply distressing. It's very true and very normal, but it's very distressing.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
And it's happening to all of us right now. Ooh, and we're used to it, and it's normal, and it shouldn't be normal if you think about it. It's really weird. It's not right.
Okay.
All right. But back to your story. So the witchiness is starting to fade, but what replaces the witchiness?
You mean the manifestation?
Hindu...
Oh yes, the manifest. Sorry.
The Hindu followed the witchiness.
Correct.
Yes.
I said the wrong one. The one that we left off on. The manifesting thing. Sorry. I don't know why the witch thing popped back up. Maybe because I like it.
Okay. That's no problem. Yes.
So the manifesting is not working. It is not working as directed on the bottle.
It just, nope. Doesn't fucking, nope. Not even a little bit. Nope. No. And I want to say this, but for people who are listening who may be questioning and maybe, that maybe they're on somewhere. I had experiences where, and this does happen from time to time, and I think it's because, yeah, you go, tons of mice, there you go. I think it's just because I happen to be a highly intuitive person. And that's a skill. Okay, it's good. It's great. But
Yeah,
that's
it's
all it
useful.
is. Right? But what I would see happen is because I'm really super sensitive. I'm an empath and I'm really sensitive and I'm highly intuitive. Okay, great. It would mean that I would sense things that other people wouldn't sense. But I previously would have assigned that to my witchiness or to my manifesting or to the Hindu, whatever it is, right? And not just to the natural thing about, no, I just happen to have like an acute level of sensitivity that has this result. Yes.
Just to sort of go on board, you say empath. I always call myself a dumbpath because I have no fucking clue what's going on around me most of the time. So.
That's so perfect.
The grass trail next to the path. They're like, Neil, come back over here with the rest
Do
of
you
us.
see the
please.
sign that says "Keep off the grass, dumbass"?
Poison ivy. See there?
There's my dumpathy at work again.
Okay, I'm stealing that from you, Neil. I'm going to call people dumb paths from now on.
Idiot paths.
You're a dumb path. Thank you.
Struggle path. Just can't get it together. They want to do right. They're just dumb as shit. Just bad at being
Idiopaths
smart.
and dumbpaths.
Back of the classroom path.
Welcome to the Church of Idiopathy.
Idiopathy. Well, you get a bigot path too. That's getting a little more serious.
Yeah.
Sorry, our sermon is 4 hours late, but someone should have written down what time we started.
What's the smell of 42?
What does that mean? I don't get it.
Meaning of life.
40. If you're familiar with
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I didn't read the book. Okay.
Well, that's the question. That's the answer to the question: what is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything in it? And a supercomputer over 1 million years discerned it was 42.
Okay.
That is
funny.
The total answer of all knowledge is just 42.
42.
We just gave up.
Well, I like the pot brownies myself.
The what?
The pot brownies.
Oh.
I think tater tots or curly fries are probably the actual answer for the meaning of life. Why wouldn't the universe create curly fries? They're fantastic. No one hates them. They've never lost or won a war. I think they're just, the universe is better with them in it.
No,
Curly
bacon.
fries.
Bacon is the answer to everything.
Bacon. Chocolate covered bacon.
Even better.
Fried
I've had bacon brownies.
Okay, hear me out. Curly fries, double battered with seasoning. We put on bacon bits that are covered in chocolate.
There you go. Perfect.
World peace achieved. Medals for everybody.
Also heart attacks. But that's good.
They can't be at war when they're clutching their sternum, can they?
No, they can't. No.
This is the big one, Elizabeth.
Wait, I can't shoot you.
Wait a minute. Quick, get us some salads in here. And then that's us with all the peacekeeping missions with all the salads.
No,
like, nah, dog, you don't get no salad.
No salad for you. No salad for you.
Or really rich desserts, and then we hold all the milk. It's like, are y'all going to keep fighting?
Like the driest chocolate cake ever.
No milk for
brownies. Brownies. Fudge brownies.
What did I say? I said pot brownies. They make you very thirsty.
Oh, we got them. Look, hey, we're going to launch our own coup or solve the world's problems.
I think it's solved.
Or both.
Brownies.
Mandatory pot brownies for every single person daily.
So you know what the other inappropriate joke I heard that I kind of like this. Yes. Well, all the fighting, right? All the fighting is for people who haven't had enough attention. They need some attention, or they need some toys. So send them all, I don't know. Maybe get an army of
Fleshlights.
no, like an army of people who would voluntarily be, maybe service providers,
Oh,
Oh, see, that's
and
the
then they
thing.
could,
They're
yeah.
in the closet, most of them.
they're
And then
lining up at my door right now. So
they're all in the closet and scared to be. It's just like, no. Here, just take your little fleshlight that looks like a young man and just go into the corner and leave everybody alone. And no one has to know that you like boys. And it's fine that you like boys, but you're really insecure about liking boys.
Well, we could just send them a whole bunch of people in really sexy hot pants with nice
Ooh.
perfume, right? And send them some toys. And go ahead. Would you please distract yourself with
Yeah.
this instead?
Have you tried
then-
this instead of being an absolute monster?
Yeah. Have you tried this instead of an AK-47?
Yeah. Let's try this. Let's try it.
how about we not encourage them to do that kind of shit? Period.
Well, that's what we're saying. We're giving them something to
We're
busy
saying-
themselves with.
Another
We need to
option.
provide.
Yes.
We're providing a distraction. We're providing a harmless distraction.
Here, just play with this for a little while, will you? Just
Please play with this while I
wash your
distract
hands when
you.
you're done, okay? And then come back and let us know how you feel.
They go into the priesthood and said, "Yeah, well, I wasn't talking about underage hot panted individuals. I was talking about
No.
grown-up people in hot pants." Yeah,
Children will
There
go
you
to
go.
the moon colony to be far away from humans.
I
Yeah,
wore hot pants
yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Neil,
It
all
was the
your
70s.
Hot pants.
Leave me alone.
Hey, I have a great disco image I could share with you. I do the disco queen. I have the hair for it. I have everything. It's good. I like it.
My wife agrees with me that I was born in the wrong decade, and I would have been a golden shiny god if I was born in the 70s.
Probably.
100%.
Oh
agree
my
with
god,
her.
me with my
Absolutely,
fro.
Mikey.
Oh,
Absolutely.
with the aviators, with the rose tint and my chest, my little bacon,
The
my
fucking
little
medallion shit
taco
on
meat.
there.
Oh, with the black power fist medallion on my chest and a dashiki. Oh
The
my
dashiki.
god!
Well, yeah, you have to have the pick sticking out of the hair and everything,
Like my
right?
logo.
Like the total
You need the hair pick
stereotypical
with your
fucking-
logo on it.
No,
Yeah,
like,
like
that's
the
my
lo- yeah,
logo.
like the-
Look, that's my logo. Just that's right
So-
next to you there on your right.
What I will do for those going into the
epic.
after party, I'll give you a bonus in the after party. I'll put my disco queen wig on for the
Nice.
after party.
I'm not picking my hair out. It's
That's
gonna take
okay.
too long.
I'll do it. I'll do
Neither
it
am
for
I.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I will toe the line for the afro, for the fro. It's a cool fro though. It's nice. I like it.
My look kind of goes through all the ages. I could have been a biker in the
Timeless.
70s, and the 80s, and the 90s.
You are.
Yeah.
A pirate in the 1500s.
Pirate in the 15.
Absolutely.
Yarr.
100%.
Have you seen me parrot?
I want to say also, when it comes to the incredible destructiveness of religion used, because when it's used as a weapon, right? So most of the time it's used to control people. And that is sociopathy. Religion on its own, if it's people just being whatever they're being on their own and not bothering any, not trying to make laws for people and do all that shit,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Oh, I love you, tons of mice. Okay, but when it's immediately becomes full sociopathy the moment somebody's going, you need to do and you should do and your life should be and you do that choice and all that
Authoritarianism.
stuff. The minute, right? It's sociopathy from that point forward, and it was formed. I mean, Rome actively enforced Christianity on pain of death. They made that decision. That was a collective decision that was made to enforce it on pain of death. So that I call it sociopathy.
Free will.
But, yeah, exactly. No, but I call it sociopathy because of that, right? And the other point I wanted to make is that why, like people say, well, why do pagans and atheists not have an issue with each other? And I think the reason is because in paganism,
There's a big reason why.
I think one reason is that paganism does not try to say you must do your life this way or that way.
Correct.
And I think so.
They don't try to legislate laws against any groups at
No.
all.
They don't. They just
don't.
do their thing. They just do their thing, and that's fine.
They're not pushing to spend 60 millions on religious books for every public building in the whole. I thought I read something about the pagans doing that. Them and the pagans and the Hindus just trying to take over millions of dollars of grift for the religion.
They really?
Oh yeah, in Oklahoma, a senator, or a superintendent, he wanted to spend $60 million of taxpayer money to buy Trump Bibles.
Oh, Trump Bibles. This is not paganism.
No. I'm saying like the Christians are,
yes,
in such obvious and terrible ways. But yeah, that's the pagans are definitely out there selling what calendars of Thor or something. I don't know.
These guys.
Yeah, the Satanic Temple. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so I thought you were saying that the pagans were doing this.
No. I was just joking.
It's the Christians. Yeah. Sure. But we know this. This is nothing new. It's just unfortunately, and I want to say I'm so amazed at. I listen to the line. I listen to a lot of the calls from the line that go in, and the atheist experience and everything. And I'd say I am a secular humanist, and I would call myself an existential nihilist as well. And I can explain that if somebody wanted me to. But I pretty much classify myself as secular humanist, existential nihilist. A live and let live. And the calls that come in when people call and they say these things, and it's just, I mean, there are times I'm screaming at the thing. I'm screaming at my, like, did you just let the China? It's amazing to me. The stuff people believe. The stuff they believe. Yeah.
Indeed.
So, and don't bother them with any facts. Please don't bother them with facts, because
you can block their argument.
They're very inconvenient, Facts are very inconvenient.
We don't like facts.
We don't.
Well, only facts that we can cherry pick. Because what if there's something bad in there? I might have to throw it out.
Indeed, yeah. And don't bother me with the contradictions that the 500,000 versions of the Bible have. Yes.
And I was a former evangelical, and that was one thing that really bothered me, was like all of the different versions. And then it's like, well, what do you mean we don't like their version? It says not a jot or a tittle should be
of the law. Not a jot or a tittle of the law will be changed. Yes.
And I'm looking at my parents like, are we going to get in trouble for this? Did you just make me break the rule? Because I thought we were supposed to leave it. I mean, you say it's okay, but I'm going to read further. I'm not trying to go to hell because my parents can't read. Let me read through here. Oh, all this is fucking bullshit.
Well, and then I actually made notes from what Jim had said, some things, and it's just really interesting. These various verses, like Leviticus 9:12, Deuteronomy 14, Matthew 5:17, and Galatians 3:23-25 say one thing. And then Romans 14 and Genesis 9:13 and Mark 19 and Colossians 2:16 say the opposite thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's full of shit like that. Right, so
perfect and inherent law.
It's like when God was whispering the words into these people that wrote this book, allegedly, he was fucking shit-faced and just got everything all fucked up. His buddy Bacchus, which was mentioned in the chat, was supplying him with the wine.
Mm-hmm.
I just like that the plants came before the sun.
Yeah,
that's a very good one. Yes, it's very creative.
And they all died.
And they all died. And then there's no, if there had been a global flood, never mind global, forget global. How about let's just say one continent? Say one continent. If there had been such a flood, we would have all manner of scientific remnants to tell us that this happened.
Right.
And yet we have nothing.
It's also it happened within the time of written word, so we'd have records of it. It's funny how everyone in North America went, what flood? What are you talking about? Or everyone was like, what flood? And everyone in China was like, what flood?
Yeah, no one bothered to tell the Chinese that they were drowning to death.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, exactly. But even if we picked one continent only,
Yeah.
we have zero to tell us. And then what's the other thing? The really obvious stuff. Like, how are we getting hundreds of? I mean, how many species are on the planet? What, hundreds of millions? We're getting every single one of those on a what? 313-foot boat?
There's literally over 200,000 species of beetles alone.
So right. See, I'm just guessing at numbers, not giant numbers, gargantuan numbers.
Not to mention all of the rest of the animals in the ocean dying from all the fresh water that just ruined the salinity of their water that they're supposed to be.
Yep.
I mean, but hey,
Yes.
if you're stupid, it works. Flood 100 million years or whatever they said.
And the Earth is flat.
Correct.
Well, and the other one is when we do, we know that we have evidence that tells us the age of the Earth, and then we've got people saying,
Nuh-uh.
"Nuh-uh."
that mighty rebuttal. Nuh-uh.
But the Bible says
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Here, let me tell you what you can do with that Bible of yours, pal.
Yeah,
but
really.
But the stratigraphy, nuh-uh. But the carbon date, nuh-uh. All right.
But
But
how many trillions of species? How many trillions of species that cannot coexist, mind you, also somehow magically coexisted together on a 313-foot.
They were vegetarians.
Right.
He prayed over them, and they became temporary vegetarians. Is what I was told.
Wand and...
Yeah, the vegan wand. Yes,
the vegan wand. Okay, so just for the time of the journey, they managed to cram them all onto this thing, and they all were
apparently
just
they put them all to sleep.
Oh,
so then why didn't you just put them in a bubble on the shore?
It doesn't matter. Within the first 24 hours, everything and everyone on that ship would have been dead from methane poisoning.
Yeah,
dead.
The air would be so nasty. Oh, just imagine the smell. You could smell that thing coming from miles out. Skunks, elephants, donkeys, goats, all the smelly animals you can think of, all in one place, not scaring each other. Stink bugs. You got about 1 million stink bugs on there. Dumbass brought mosquitoes with him, so we still got those. That was a good idea.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah.
Thanks, Noah. Dumbass.
Well, they had to bring the mosquitoes because otherwise, then the vampire jumping spiders wouldn't have had anything to feed on.
Oh,
that's a real species.
Okay. And we need them.
Real species.
We need those. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, we need the vampire jumping spiders as well. We need them. Yes.
To eat the mosquitoes.
Because nature never makes a mistake, right?
Perfect human body.
We're perfect because we're born with a little tail that falls off, and we're born covered in hair, and that falls off. But nature never makes a mistake. No, because those are leftovers from prior.
Where the fuck is my prehensile tail then?
Where's the we should all have tails,
right? We should all have tails because
imagine
tailbone.
Imagine trying to like bully somebody, but they had a very strong prehensile tail that they could easily,
This is my battle tail.
You know what I mean? You can't just wrestle somebody with a prehensile tail that's strong like that. He'll fight you back. It would have changed human history. And why is the party hole right next to the goddamn sewer hole? Like, come on, man. Yes. The design is flawed. Anybody can see.
Canada geese. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, Canada geese would overwhelm. Yeah.
Plus, they'd already kill everyone on that boat anyways because they're evil.
Yeah, two Canada geese walk on that bitch like, meow. All right, listen here. This here's I'm the captain now.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Somali pirates, man. Canada geese are lethal in this jurisdiction.
Well, we're well
I'm going
past
to
the
have
hour,
to.
guys. So
I think we made up
Oh,
the
we
10 minutes
are.
we owed
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
So it's time for
Time
the final
flies.
question. It's time for the final question. If you can go back in time and talk to a previous believer, what would you say to them? What kind of advice?
Run away.
ah,
Oh,
I would say, go, please.
smarten the fuck up.
I would say, Eva, we want you to do a little test right now.
The fuck?
What the fuck? We want you to we're going to do a test for a week. You're going to do whatever thing you're in at the moment, if it's, manifesting or
Yeah.
praying or whatever the fuck it is. So do it for a week. We're going to do an actual empirical test. Tell me what happens at the end of that week.
I did it. I punched it. I knew I was going to do it. I was trying to avoid it the whole show, and I did it anyway.
You always do. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, Stephanie, definitely Trump is a mistake. Now I have to wash my mouth out with
That was
soap because I said it. Ew. Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah. Trump.
Hawk
Give me my
Tua.
meds. Yeah, Tua.
October. Yeah. I would just tell myself, I would tell myself also, think you don't need these things.
Right.
They're not doing anything and you don't need them. You can be your creative, interesting, inquisitive self. You don't need all of those things to be that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a good answer.
You don't need it.
Fuck this shit. Just be
I'm out.
you.
Fuck that
Oh.
shit. And also that I was wasting my energy, right? There's a lot of time and energy wasted on that.
Yeah. A lot of years.
And money too.
A lot of money.
A lot of resources wasted on it.
Yep. Life ain't cheap.
For no
Which is
result.
why when
Yeah.
I'm president, we will be taxing the church.
Hello.
You
Bless
got my vote,
yes.
and I'm Canadian.
You have my vote. You have my vote. Yeah.
Because enough is enough. If y'all not
All
going to
right.
take care of poor
Yeah.
people, then we'll be taking that money back. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because previously the one thing that they did do societally was cover that aspect of
Remember, kids,
to
wash your junk.
a degree. Wash your junk too, yeah. But they would cover that, right? And then that
Yeah.
stopped happening. Yeah. So yeah.
So if you're not going to, feed the needy and do all that kind of good stuff, that's fine. No one has to force you. But we are going to need 38%.
Yeah, especially the mega churches with their
Joel
freaking
Osteen.
trillions.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mr.
Just
$25 million house. And yeah. We'll take some of that.
Fuck those guys.
We can feed a lot of people with
Indeed.
all this. Look at all this stuff.
I mean, yeah.
Be walking
You can
around with
house
boxes of gold. Wow, look at all this. This is nice. Some nice
house
gold.
a lot of people with that. Yes,
All right.
absolutely. Healthcare, housing, and food. Thank you.
Hello.
Yep. Exactly.
Just like Jesus would have wanted.
Exactly.
You think? I don't think so. I don't think
We're
that's
gonna.
what we really
So
want.
it's not taxing. We're not taxing the rich. We're evangelizing the rich. We're helping them in their Christian duties to feed the poor.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So the
Fancy.
last thing. Oh, you have to end. Yeah, I have one thing I would say, but not if you have to end.
Do it.
So all this talk about how no, Jesus wouldn't have done that, and Jesus wouldn't have said that, and and it's not Christian. No, the real thing is actually it is. You just have to go and look in the book. It's all there.
They don't want to do that though.
Yeah, but they're all doing what the book says. They're all doing what the book says. Rape, sex trafficking, human trafficking,
Yeah.
slavery.
Mhm.
They're all doing what the book told them to do. Okay.
Yeah, they
So-
love that part of it.
Right.
Anyway, Eva, thank you so much for being a guest on the show today. It was a pleasure having you
Yay.
on.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys out there in the chat, first of all, thanks for being in the chat and helping out the channel. Thanks to all our wonderful members for also helping out the channel. If you want to become a member, there are ways to do so. You just have to click the join thingy and you'll be a member. And there's all kinds of perks, I think. I don't know. I haven't paid much attention to that. But you get like cool little fucking
Emotes.
What are they? Yeah, emotes and shit like that. So
You get
that's
to see
worth
me
it.
in a wig. No, I'm kidding.
there you go. We are going to do an after party, and there is a link to it in the description box below. And don't forget, all of Eva's links are down below in the description box. I highly recommend you check those out. And yeah, if you'd like to be in the after party with us, yeah, Clockwork Rex, I saw your thing about wanting to join, and you are on Discord. I don't really do Discord. I even got
I'm on
the
it.
whole program, so
I'm on it. I'm
Mikey,
coming, Rex.
Until then, guys, like I always say at the end of the interview part of the show, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge.
Nice. Had cool little perks. Nice. Tons of mice. Very nice. Very good.
Not the third wife again. First she's a portable hole, and now she's got cool little perks. I bet his third wife had cup holders too. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
See you guys later.
Bye.